What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and this is going to be part 2 of the Chapter 1 Heroic Battles Revisited. First up is going to be Mission 4, and that stars Spider-Woman. The Empowered ISO for this one grants True Love. Mind Control lasts an extra round, and targets with Mind Control will protect Spider-Woman more often. Now, going into this battle with a new and improved Spider-Woman I thought would make it extremely easy. But oddly, it seemed to last even longer. I really can't explain that. Except maybe there's a better way to do this. But at least we get the job done, so let's go ahead and just roll the battle, and you can see what you think about it. I do remember talking to someone that said the battle lasted longer for them also. But yes, Spider-Woman's abilities are definitely changed. So we just want to take a quick look at those minions and then at Spider-Woman's abilities. That way we can be sure to have them heal us just like they did before. So what we use is Pheromones, and that's going to place a number of debuffs, including Pheromones, on the enemies. Now the two minions will hit us with Probiotic Spray, and that's going to heal us. Next, we try to use that level 2 on Mojo. So we're hoping to use her Venom Blast and apply biofeedback to the boss. But what happens is the henchman ends up protecting against this, and I really didn't expect it. And at this point, this pretty much threw off the entire battle for me. We also get hit by a Hyper Beam. Doesn't do that much damage, but it puts a nasty debuff on us. Now on our second turn, I just figured we'd use Venom Blast once again on the boss. And it gets protected against. Not only that, the henchman is killed. So there goes one of our healers. And after the second minion attacks with a mechanical strike, we figure we're going to have to go ahead and reapply Pheromones. At this point in the battle, we're below 50% health, and Mojo is still at full health. So I started getting kind of worried here. The other problem that's been happening is instead of healing us with the Probiotic Spray, the Hydra agents end up skipping their turn because of Cower. So this is another case where our own ability's coming back to haunt us. The good news is we did get healed that time, so now we're a little bit above 50%. And we're going to use our level 1 Brawl on Mojo. It did quite a bit of damage, and as a result the boss self-repairs, so at least he didn't attack us. Now we run into another problem where we have to recharge, and Pheromones has run out at this point. To make matters worse, we just got hit with Mental Anguish as well. So on our turn, we're just going to have to go ahead and pass, that way we can gain Mental Scarring. So yeah, this was definitely a pretty rocky battle for me, and truthfully I could have ended up losing it. Luckily, we dodged quite a bit of attacks with that Spider Serum. Then we do reapply Pheromones, and what we're going to do is try to get Mojo to reset his Doomsday Clock. But once again, we're hit with Mental Anguish. So we're going to have to skip our turn by using Recharge. And it felt like this battle was going on forever, and I was really worried about that Doomsday Clock as well. So what we have to do is use that Venom Blast on the boss. And this will reset it. So when his turn comes up, it's going to say, Reset Doomsday Clock, and then it's going to skip his turn, and you don't have to worry about it for a while. At this point in the battle, I kind of play it safe and reapply Pheromones, even though I could have used a Brawl on Mojo and maybe finished him off. I figured we'll take another heal, and we'll just use it next turn. So there, we did get hit with Probiotic Spray, and now we're going to use a Brawl. It takes him really low on health, and then biofeedback does enough to take him down. Now it's time for the easy part. We just have to finish this last Hydra agent. So a Venom Blast ought to be enough, and with the biofeedback it is. So now let's go ahead and take a look at that roulette and the new Empowered ISO 8. I for one love the character specific ISO 8. Even the ones that aren't that good, I just like collecting them. Alright, so there it is, the tantalizing Empowered ISO 8. For Spider-Woman. Now let's give this roulette wheel a spin. It's right there in the middle, and I really like that space. And we end up getting it. So I pretty much never have to do this battle again. At least that's how I feel about it. I have to say we're having pretty good luck for these revisited videos. As we move on to the very next mission, Mission 5, let's hope that it continues. This of course is Hercules' heroic battle. We have a chance to get the Smiting Empowered ISO 8. It has Marble Counter, so chance to counter area attacks with Column Down. I like the sound of that since Calm Down can stun all the enemies. This also happens to be one of my favorite heroic battles, and that's because it's very easy and straightforward, and you end up getting a huge hit on Thor. Now if you don't know what to do, or maybe you forgot, all you have to do is keep hitting recharge with Hercules. After you get a few stacks, you can use something like his level 1 or whatever you want to use, and it'll do major damage to Thor and finish the battle. If you get too greedy and rest too many times, then you do have a chance to heal him, and I really haven't looked too much into this to tell you exactly what triggers it. All I know is I usually only recharge about 5 to 6 times, and I've never had any problem with it. Now each time you use that, Hit Me comes up, and what this will do is increase your defense by so much that Thor won't even be able to hurt you. And then on top of that, your first attack is going to do some huge damage. I'm talking numbers like you've never seen before. And this is why some people like to stack it up really high, but don't even bother doing that because, like I said, you may end up healing Thor instead. Unless you have a lot of time on your hands, then I guess it doesn't matter. For the purpose of this video, since I want to keep it short, I'm only going to go about 5 or 6 stacks max. Alright, so one more should do it, and then we're going to attack on our very next turn. Now for the final blow, and our only attack actually, we'll use our level 1 ability. So at first it doesn't look like it's going to do much, but as soon as you click on Thor, you see it's going to do plenty of damage. Now moving on to the roulette, this is one of the empowered ISO 8s that I'd really love to have. I know I said I wanted them all, but this is one that I'll actually use quite a bit, or at least I think I could find a pretty good use for it. It does say chance to counter though, so I wonder how high of a chance it is. Sometimes they say you have a chance and it ends up being almost 100%. If it worked out like that, I definitely wouldn't complain. But we're going to have to keep running this battle because we didn't get it this time. In Mission 6, the heroic battle includes Cable and Deadpool. And just like with the Rogue and Gambit battle, you have a chance at 2 empowered ISO 8 for this one as well. There's one for Cable and one for Deadpool. The other cool thing about this battle is it is possible for Deadpool to glitch and to stay on your team throughout the entire thing, even after he redesigns the encounter and goes to the other side. I have to admit, the first time this happened, it really caught me off guard. But it's happened several times since, and I've also heard it's happened to plenty of other people. I can't guarantee it's going to happen in this one, but if it did, it would actually help us out. But either way, even if you have to fight this solo with Cable, he's an absolute powerhouse right now. He's easily one of my favorite updated characters. Now for the first wave, there's only Ironclad, and he usually attacks Deadpool. So we basically just have to wait for Ironclad to attack twice, and Deadpool says exactly what we're thinking. Then after that, we should be able to one-shot him with Cable. We're going to save our level 9 Temporal Shift and just use a plasma rifle. Now wave 2 is the moment of truth. We'll see if Deadpool glitches and stays on our team, or if he just goes on how he's supposed to. Alright, so this time it looks like we're going to have to face it solo with Cable. For our first action, we're going to use Temporal Shift and give us an extra turn. Then we're going to use a Bodyslide on all the opponents. X-Ray unfortunately doesn't get hurt by this, but we do gain mirror images. Then we're going to switch over to our other abilities and use another AoE attack. So we'll use Telekinetic Slam this time. It does pretty decent damage to the other team, and now Vapor gets to take a turn. First she changes states, and then she hits everyone on the map, which is enough to kill X-Ray, and that helps us out quite a bit. One hit's going to be enough to finish Vapor, so we're just going to use a Psychic attack. That'll kill her with an epic overkill, and now Deadpool just pretty much gives you thumbs up. At this point you can see our level 9 has come off cooldown, so if we want, we could switch over and give ourselves an extra turn. That's pretty much what we should have done because we weren't able to do enough damage to finish the battle. So on this turn we're not going to take any chances. We'll switch over, use a Temporal Shift, then I'd actually be surprised if it takes us more than one attack. Cable hits for nearly 17,000 damage, and that's going to be the end of this battle. Now let's go to the final roulette of Chapter 1. First we're going to look at the Spicy Empowered ISO 8. And this one's for Deadpool. It gives him well fed, and then the first attack that would reduce Deadpool's health to 0 will return him to 50% health instead. That's pretty awesome. Now let's look at Cables. It gives them Temporal Paradox, chance to pre-counter attacks. So that's another good empowered ISO 8. And that's why this is one of my favorite heroic battles. Unfortunately, we get one of the worst items on the wheel. We get the Neurotoxin. But I will say after this run I did end up getting the spicy empowered ISO 8. So I just need Cables. Anyway, that's the end of Chapter 1 Heroic Battles Revisited. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I want to thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And until next time, good luck, and take care.